Well, hello, hello. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Hey, I'm Nick Incognito. Hey, I'm back with another Final Fantasy 11 stream. Streaming only on the weekends now, just due to work. But hey, it is what it is. I'm going to be doing some leveling. I might unlock some jobs. I'm going to do some limited chatting in because a lot of stuff we need to get done this weekend. Like after this stream is done, I have to put together my daughter's bunk beds because next weekend I will not be streaming. I will be going up to Canada to get my daughters, and they're going to be spending the next 5 weeks down here with me, so their mother can get a break. You know, so I mean it's gonna be a lot of fun. Um, I will be streaming during the times that my daughter's here. It's just it will be very limited. I might actually try to get in some quick videos here and there. But hey, let's get at this. I do know I got a little bit of noise starting to go on. I don't know if you all get it, hearing it in the background, but I'm gonna mute for a little bit. So here we go. Well, we're gonna be starting off with doing the dailies. It would help if I go and talk to the NPC to activate my dailies. I do have a lot of noise in the background. Suddenly, people just want to shoot off fireworks. Now I hear people doing some lawning or something like that. Maybe using weed whackers. I know, like some of my family members, they're trying to do some work on our backyard right now. So not going to do a whole lot of talking, but I can here and there when I can. I will say is I am fucking sore as fuck. Just been going to the gym just like nonstop whenever I can. It is what it is. I'm gonna do like the other three dailies later after the stream is done. It's just because they're annoying to do sometimes. Alright, so you can see right here. I'm just gonna highlight real quick. That is Shanto 2. She fucking does a lot of damage. Probably one of the best damage dealers as far as trusted NPCs goes in the game. So I am trying to work on getting my second character to do this festival real quick and gain access to her. I'm not leveling the character, but I think probably the next few months I will be streaming where I'm doing my backup character, basically going through all this shit. But you can see how you can evolve through the game. I haven't done it as much with this as I would like to, because I just liking playing the game. What I will say is I've only been playing the game on the weekends. So just that's how much like during the week where I work for 10 to 11 hours per day. I get done. Then I go to the gym, and it's just, it's fucking hectic, I get back, I am just so fucking exhausted. I might watch like a quick movie and fucking that's it. I go to sleep and I fucking rinse and repeat the next day. That's literally how Monday through Friday is for me right now. But I'm going to try to force myself to do a little bit of gaming, and if I can just do that, maybe I'll try putting in some quick videos here and there during the week. It's just where, yeah, I just keep up with this stuff. I mean, I just know is obviously I don't get as many people watching, but yeah, it is what it is. I prioritize. Oh my god, I pronounced that word wrong. Prioritize, my work. It's I make good money and I want to get out of this fucking hellhole of a state, and eventually, back to having my own place, Yeah, I pay the mortgage for this place, but, my mother technically owns it, so, it is what it is. But anyways, hey, enough of that. Let's get at this. Alright, well that second one's done. Now I gotta do is this last one and be good to go, and then we can get on to some other things. So apparently one of the chickens that my sister got, because our poor rooster Dave, unfortunately he got killed. Oh shit. Ooh, 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 ooh. Anyways, sorry about that. Yeah, he got unfortunately killed, like a fox or something had come in, and he protected his you know, he's protected his girls, and unfortunately he got killed. Tried to save him, but unfortunately it is what it is. You know, and so my kid sister was just like, "All right, we're gonna have an all girl run." I mean, she did get she got a new a pen for them, much sturdier. Because one she got was just, it was small, and she manufactured a fence around, but she didn't realize that this predator was able. Think she said it was a fox or something, whichever, managed to jump over and get at the flock and all that. So now she's got a enclosed capture. Which was better anyways, because you know how many times I fucking found those chickens, like, they're on the roof, then they'll be jumping onto the branches, but they wouldn't go over the fence. Thank fucking God. I didn't want to start going to that shit. Anyway, she got in a close one. She's like, down with the patriarchy. She's, as a joke and all that. She's like, I'm doing an all girl run. Well, it turns out one of the four new chickens that she got, turns out, was a rooster. Because I can hear the rooster now. It's the first time I'm hearing it. I'm just like, did one of the females decide it's like, I'm going to be the fucking male of this? And my kid sister just told me, it's like, nope, turns out one of the four, it's like one of them turned out to be a rooster, even though it's supposed to be all females. I'm just like, lucky you. I'm being sarcastic. She's like, fuck no, I want an all girl run. I'm like, down with the queens. So just poking fun at her. So good fun, good fun. So, all right, I'm gonna meet now for a few minutes. All right, so when I go to turn these in, I'm gonna switch over to a different job. So this where, like, when I turn these in, I'll get like experience points. Well, in this case, since I'm maxed out on my thief, I'll get towards merits. But I might as well put those towards my other job that I've been doing. So yeah, why not? So for right now, I'm only collecting certain seals because I don't have much room in my storage. So it's just like, yeah, well, I gotta pick one. But once I get these to was it 8 seals, I think, and then I can start training them in for other things. Then yeah, as I get some of them out, I will start picking up others. But for right now, it's just this is what it is. I'm doing what I have to do so I don't, run out of room. So let's see. Do I got the? Yeah, I got them in here as well. Anyways, I'm actually gonna keep on to the. I know I use these for something. I'm trying to remember, for the love of fucking God, what the hell I use them for. But for right now, they're going here. I don't know that belt. I got it off an NM. I have no idea if it really does anything. It's towards the festival and all, so it might not mean anything. So it might also mean I might have to kill that NM a couple more times. So that's the case. So, anyways, let's see. What jobs did I think I went over to my puppet master, right? Yeah, puppet master. Though, should I break out my goddamn monk? My monk is at 72. I really should finish that, but you know what? Hmm. Uh, Give me 2 minutes. I just gotta go to the bathroom real quick. All right, I'm back. Kept it real quick, but when you gotta go, you gotta fucking go. So, anyways, you know what? Fuck. I am going to. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do Monk. And let's see, what would be a good one? Monk Warrior. Yeah, I thought about maybe doing. Would it be kind of funny to get? You know what? I'm actually gonna try Puppet Master as a sub job, just for shits and giggles. I'm just curious how that goes. Just curious. I'll do Raja's Ring. Actually, we'll do Woodsman's Ring. We'll do Tilt Belt. Yeah, we'll do some of these. Which means I actually have to go back and grab out some of the other stuff. Let's see. Did I pick up his special weapon? I don't know if I did. Let's see. I could do that. Yeah, I'll grab that for now. Nope. I love this for really good. I forget where I got this from. Huh. Probably got it from a hunt or something. Let's see. No, I can. Beastmaster can still use those, but and Paladin. Oh, excuse me. Good lord. Let's see. Yeah, don't mind me. Puppet Master can actually use these? Huh. That's interesting, but I don't know if these would actually work. I mean, because these stats here, I believe, also goes towards your puppet. However, the puppet I'm using right now is a range attack, though it's not really doing any range stuff, which is kind of annoying me. But I got to read more up on how that goes. So, yeah, eventually I'll use that. I'm going to use the spike necklace. I actually got to get rid of this because it's for elves, and I'm not a fucking elf. So, let's see. Agility. Let's see. Actually, I could actually break these out, but I want the accuracy. I want the hit. It's amazing. Monk can use this, but not Puppet Master. That is so interesting. But the only thing this would give me is beneficial is the subtle blow, and I don't remember if agility helps. But see this with the strength 3. I mean the set does. But wait. Up here it did say. The Denali up here didn't say I could use it. Oh no, it did. Oh, because I'm thinking about Puppet Master. That's why. Interesting. Very interesting. Don't mind me. If any of you have played Final Fantasy 11, which I'm assuming the target audience has played this, y'all know how this goes. Just like, do I want to do this? Do I want to do that? Gotta love it. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna pick and... Though I do like that. If I don't really have the earrings, I might as well do this. And at least then I'll get some agility. These I can actually get rid of. These I'm going to get rid of later. Let's bring that in. Let's... Don't I already have Tiger Fangs? Oh, okay. So I can go ahead and get rid of that. Let's bring in the... Oh, man. You know what, though? I don't think... I wonder... Can I... Alright, so I'm going to see if I can actually bring out the... I don't know. I don't know if I can bring in... Where's the spike necklace? Bet you I went right past it. Unless I have it on me already, and I bet you I do. No, okay, so I don't know why then I was thinking I could... Oh well. Yeah, just doing these for the... Beast, Ranger, Dancer. I wonder if we gain access... I wonder if we're far enough into this I gain access to Rona. I don't know. Anyway, so there's no sense in... The whole point I figured with Puppet Master sub that I could use the thing, but no. Let's see. You know, Dragoon is actually an interesting case. But no. No, I'm gonna stick with Warrior. Dragoon Monk. Oh, you know, actually, no, even better. You know what? Even better. Samurai. Where is he? There he is. Because then I can get the Zanshin, and then I can get, which is another good thing. So, let's see, 72, which means I would go to Dangoth Wadi. I like Dangoth Wadi, but the... Usually you can see to get into the upper area, you gotta go and do this geyser. You know, guys will shoot you up to the, just up to the next level. But on this, you can't see it. So, oh, hold on a sec. Let me go do this. You can't see it, so you just kind of walk up on it, and hopefully you get it. I definitely know I have to do some more rank missions. I really am behind on doing them. I mean, I haven't done them in a fucking minute. But, you know, it is what it is. But I definitely going to be doing that soon here. When I get to the Dangoth Wadi, when I get up into the upper area, I'll probably mute for most of that time, just because I can hear people starting to talk. So, anyways, I'm gonna mute myself for a minute. Oh yeah, I was having a fucking. I knew it was load map. I forgot it. Mini map. I can't believe I fucking forget that. Gotta love when we have the mini map. It makes it. I don't have to go in like right now. If I didn't have the mini map on, so I can just get a because I'm using it as a good reference just to make sure I know I'm staying on track. Let's see, if I didn't have it, I would have to stop and then I would have to go into here just to make sure. Blah 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 blah. This though with the mini map does help. And now, of course, if I'm going clear across the other side, I might end up stopping like once just to get an idea. Oh, there it is. Okay, so with this geyser, because if anybody's played the original or at least, retail version, you would clearly see that geyser just like, phew, look at that. Let's see, on here, you don't see the geyser. So now I'm having to, I think that's about right. And then I just kind of wait. No, actually, you know what? I don't know if that's even right there. Because it sucks because this is one of my favorite places to level. And sometimes though it gets frustrating when like okay, I think this is about as good as I can because after like after 5 minutes, if I can't get this to work or something, I'm just gonna be like fuck you and no, that's not what I want. I want walking mode. Okay, there we go. I was telling the guy, 50-50, just walk up behind it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And he's like, it worked. I was just like, yeah, it was a pain in the ass. I finally like, because you got to walk up on it from like directly behind it. So line up perfectly behind it and just kind of walk, you inch here, you inch there. See, I'm not quite, but sometimes it's a little off too. Like right there, looks like I'm not on it. This is annoying. I fucking hate it. If I could just see it, then it'd be a lot easier. Then I could be like, boo, there we go. Right now, it could be going off, and I'm just not on it correctly. And I really, really don't want to go to any other place. I mean, I'm fucking on it. Now I'm just going to wait and see if it blocks off. After like 2 or 3 minutes, if it doesn't actually shoot me up, I'm just going to be like, I'm going somewhere else. But it's one of my favorite places. Actually, it is my favorite place. Because I like to do this until about level 80 or 81. Hold on a sec. Give me a minute. See, this is what I hate, because right now I can't, you can't see it when the guy is going off. It could be going off right now. I'm just not quite on it. Or it could be, fuck yeah, there we go. See what I mean? You can't see if the guy's just going off, and all I can do is just like start taking guesses. Oh. There we go. Fuck yeah. Now we're fucking cooking with Crisco. Just don't fucking die. I don't deal with the beginnings over here. Fuck no. Those worms. They don't play around because they use fucking gauze spells and fuck man. I mean they're a little bit lower level. Like they would be the ideal ones to bump me up to like 74, right around that range. But just not worth it. No. No, and they do a lot of fucking aggroing. Like, let's see, what did I grab? I grabbed, trimmers and natties. Natties are the, like, this actually wouldn't be too bad. This area wouldn't be too bad, actually. I can... But, I'm just going to go up and just deal with... Oh, man. Is this maybe too tough for me? Did I... Oh, wait a minute. I might have... Oh, man. This is going to suck. I think I... Because it's been a little while since I've leveled in this area, in this range. It might be, I should have done Coracle Tunnel till 74. Oh, yeah, not good. But, I'll keep... Oh, Hasso. Oh, no. Oh, that's right. I did Dragoon Samurai. Oh, fuck me. Well, at least I get mediated off. A Surin Fist. Oh, I didn't realize I got the Surin Fist. Nice. I have no idea. Oh, wow. I did only 45 points of damage to him. That's a nice start. Wishing, yeah, these guys are too tough. But you know what? We're doing it. We're doing it. It's gonna be a little painful. A little bit painful. I'm gonna mute for just a minute. All right. So we're doing good. Okay, so I can kind of do this at 72. At 73 be better. Actually, 74. So I think I should have done Oh yeah, I should have done Coracle Tunnel. Oh shit. I'm gonna get my ass fucking reamed. Okay. Okay, we're gonna try to get through this. I'm gonna fucking tank it as much as possible. We'll go with dodge. Alright, I'm going to. Oh shit, that's right. I don't got. Increased chances of damage and kick. Oh, okay. Oh. Look at that fucking Shanto. It's just like, fuck you, you little primate. Oh, man. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Yeah, 74 would be better. So, yeah, I should have done Corkle Tunnel until 74. Maybe 75. And then come up here. Oh, well, you know. You learn as you go. Actually, it's not a matter of learning. This is me just fucking forgetting. You know. But at the same time, you know. Trying to not paying attention as much to the game because I'm fucking a friend of mine. She, you know, trying to have a conversation with me. So you know, seeing how she's doing. You know, because when I go up there to get my daughters and all that, and, you know, she said, "Oh, just stay at my place," you know, because she only lives 2 blocks from my wife. You know, she's been, you know, really good friends with my wife for 7 years now. Like my daughters call her aunt and all that. So she's like, "Oh, come up here, you can stay in my son's bedroom and all that." And just it just so happens her sons are going to be at their father's place while I'm up there for. Like I said, I'm just spending the night. You know, I'll go there. You know, I'll go see my daughters and probably spend a couple hours with them, and then probably like around. Then right after that, you know, I'll go and I'll be like, okay, I'll come on over. Where is Cheap Blast? Oh, there it is. I just want to get away from the tremor, if possible. Meditate. Then we'll do boost. Alright. Oh, you bitch. Hey, I'm cool with that. Still got all 5. Stay away, Tremor. I should have gone after the Tremor. The Tremor first. But oh well. I just realized I did not get the relic weapon for her, so I won't have it until I get out of here. Oh well. So this will be a little rough. I think once I hit 74, it should be okay. Actually, I forgot. Dun dun dun. Oh, you know, I don't have brown belt. I should be using brown belt. See what happens when you don't play the particular jobs for a while. Yeah, forget. Yeah, so anyway, so so I'm just trying to coordinate with Ren. You know, she's just like, "Oh yeah, you're still coming up, right?" I was just like, "Yeah, I'll be there and all that." You know, we weren't talking for a while. I think we kind of got mad with each other. Not mad. It's just, you know, like I said, going through like the divorce with my wife. You know, and we both didn't want to get divorced, but it is what it is, unfortunately. You know, but then I was, let's see, her friend's been like talking. Like I said, I was kind of friends with her and all that. We talk every once in a while, but then something happened, and she was like telling my daughter, you shouldn't say that to me and all that. And then she wanted to check up on me, and we've just been talking a lot ever since, and she's really nice. Yeah, she's if I'd say it's like my wife is extremely awesome. The mother of my children, she's awesome. You know, and her friend, my friend, she's an awesome mother too. And oh, I started liking her a little too much, and then I was just like, oh, maybe we'll just talk a little bit less because it's like I just don't want to go through that. You know, don't get me wrong, a friend is very, very attractive. A single mother, and fortunately, the father of her sons is an asshole. I mean, an asshole. Uh, you know, she's told me like a lot of stuff. Not about him and all that. She's always like, no, no, no. This is I don't want to do that. But her sons don't like going to their dads. It is what it is. But let's see. Let's go to the far one because I don't want to take the chance to use the link. And I'm just sitting there going, man, I just even though I know I'm not her type and all that, and I just like sometimes though I don't know. Yeah, just eh, like I think I'm reading too much into this, but I had some really good female friends of mine who are married and all that, and I just just screenshot just a couple of the messages, just saying, am I reading too much into this? Not doing, making sure there's no personal information or anything like that, you know. And they're like, no, no, you're probably right on this, because they're using examples of themselves, because they were like, well, we had, they said, they had their fun in their days and all that. And that's kind of some of the things they would say, when they were interested in guys, even though my friend turned around, it's just like, no, 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 I'm not into you though, like that, you're a friend, But it's not the first time where I've had a chick who was like, no, 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 I'm not into you like that. And it turns out, no, I actually am, But I mean, and my one female friend was just like, it's like, be careful when if you're gonna sleep at her place and all that, because she's like, oh, you're gonna sleep at her place, and her sons are not gonna be there. I'm just like, no, it's nothing like that. I ain't gonna be 100% a gentleman. But she's like, but you guys are gonna have some drinks. I was like, oh, we'll have a couple drinks or something like that. And she's like, right. She goes, well, if you do anything with her, you're gonna owe me $20. I'm like, no, I'm not. But then I thought about it, I'm just like, man, would that fucking suck? You know, like I said, she's an awesome woman. Under different circumstances, would I at least ask her on a date? Oh yeah, I would. But I'm more interested in, it's like, hey, look, friends first. That's it, But I'm just like, man, I'll fucking kill myself. And he's like, but I don't see that happening. But that's the crossroads I'm at. So, but I enjoy talking to her, and I know she's like messaging me right now, and I'm just like, I'm trying to stream. Uh, you know, not that I'm telling her that because then she won't. But yeah, I was just like, man, I don't want to be feeling like this. Maybe I'll just talk less. I straight up told her, just like, yeah, I do kind of like you more than a friend, but I was just like, I'm just gonna talk a little bit less. Well, I said that. It seemed like she got kind of annoyed. Just from the way how she worded some things, because we went from like, hey, we're talking like a lot constantly, to where we basically stopped. Oh shit. I know I fucking went. Oh, hold on a sec. Oh, okay. No, no, no. I'm good. Oh well, if you're seeing this, what my it looks like I lost connection. Oh, that's fucking great. No, I mean, as far as I can tell, I still got internet. Do oh, yeah. All right, no, now I know I'm back. If I didn't disconnect from the stream during this time, because on my screen I can't see the internet connection. I have to go because it's on the screen that I'm using. So I would have to like kind of switch around and, anyways. So what was I saying? Let's see, friend. Oh. Anyway, so not to turn this into drama or anything. It's not really drama, but no. Again, the fucking server's having issues. See, if you see up here, the kiss of death. I swear to God. It's coming in, it's going out. Man, fuck anyways. But anyway, so when I told her, I was like, I mean, I'm gonna talk less. It's just I don't want to ruin the friendship. And I still love the mother of my children very much. She is the love of my life, you know. But seemingly when I said, hey, let's talk less, and we went from, instead of talking just like a little bit less, we went like straight up like not talking, because every time it's like, hey, you want to talk and all that, she wouldn't answer at all. She seemed like she was being spiteful and all that because she likes to talk. Well, okay. And finally, I'm just like, okay, so yeah, was it Thursday or maybe it was Thursday or yesterday? I can't remember off the top of my head. No, it had to been Thursday because the next day I did go to work. Fucking, out of the blue, she said, "Hey, how's it going?" And I'm like, "Oh, no, I'm doing okay," and that, and then again, I reiterated, it's like, "Oh, we haven't talked much," and she's just like, "Well, you wanted to talk less." I was like, "Talking less is one thing. Stop talking altogether was not what I asked for." Fuck. Great. Absolutely killing me. I'm gonna have to give this a few minutes. Because it'll still see my characters logged in. So we can talk about my little drama thing. So anyway, so like I said, and just the way how sometimes she did message, she's like, okay, I got things to do. Ciao now, which it's like Italian for bye. It's not like, hey, bye for now. It's not like, hey, I'll talk to you later, so bye for now. Or it was just a straight up like, just bye now. Like, to me, I took it as like, just don't talk to me. So I ended up just not talking. It really sucked because we're Stanley Cup Finals. We're kind of going back and forth, but then I had the epiphany to say, hey, and I thought maybe I killed the relationship, relationship, killed the friendship, but then out of the blue, like after like I don't know 5 or 6 days where she didn't talk to me, she messaged me. She's like, oh, I just want to see how you're doing, and then I said, oh no, I'm doing okay. And she said, oh hey, that's cool. And I said, hey, look, I know I said the talk less. I didn't mean like stop talking. And she's just like, well, I'm just doing what you want. I was just like, this. I'm pretty sure you knew this is not what I wanted. I wanted to actually just like, I didn't want to have the feelings that I wanted more than a friendship. She there's a lot of personal things that she's going through. I'll just say it's just that her trying to find a relationship, guys don't just treat her well, and from her opinion, she don't think she's ever going to find a guy. But it is what it is. I mean, because it's a small town that she lives in, and she doesn't go anywhere. Because due to an accident, she has to use a cane to walk any longer. It's like she doesn't have to around her place and all that, but because of the accident, she can't work because her lower back's like fucked, and she thinks it's only going to get worse. I think the word that she uses degenerate. No, I'm sorry, degenerative. So as my understanding is that it's only going to get worse. She doesn't drive, so usually people have to drive her around and all that. So, and she's like, well, I'm a single mother with sons. And she's like, guys just either want to think they're going to get laid or they find a better woman, which she does not have a lot of self-confidence. Yeah, you talk about a woman who's very attractive. She's got a mouth like a sailor. She's a straight up tomboy, but she's still very attractive. She's like my height at like 5'4", and she's like 120 pounds, so she's very thin. But like I said, but she doesn't put out like that. I mean, don't get me wrong. She, has you know, a friend that she goes to once in a while. And my understanding is that might be the extent of their friendship. Though I don't know. I don't go asking. It's not my business. She just happens to say it to me. Uh, you know, and and like I said, anyway. So I just didn't want to ruin the friendship, and fucking. But you know what? Like I said, I talked about this. Like I think it was Thursday when she reached out to me, and she's like, "Oh, okay. Well, I explained, I love talking to her. I really like talking to her, because we had some really good, interesting conversations. So, we've been back talking, and then we started talking about hockey and all that. So finally, I kind of ragged about her that the cup stayed in the U.S. and all that. Granted, I wish it would have been done by the Rangers, but in this case, since it was literally, you know, Florida Panthers versus the Edmonton Oilers, America versus Canada. Even though she'll sit there, she go, half the damn players of Florida are fucking Canadian. All that, you always take our best players. I'm just like, well, they know where the money is. Okay, so yeah, I mean, she's a Canadians fan, but even she was rooting for the Oilers because she's like, I want the cup to come back to Canada. Well, I want the cup to stay in America, so fuck you. And she's like, well, fuck you too. So back to talking quite a bit. But I'm taking this slow, like I said. Anyway, so that's just a backstory. That's why, like, a friend of mine, she's like, right, you're going to be staying at her place while you're up there, and sure, you're not going to do anything. I'm just like, I'm going to be a gentleman. She says, like, I know you will, but things do happen. Oh, okay, cool. We're back in. Hopefully, I don't get hit. I hope I'm not near anything that will kill me. So let's see if this works. If I can't get this to work, like there's an issue with the server or whatever, I'll probably just end the stream. It's gonna be really, really annoying because I'm just like, God, that fucking sucks. I see it loading it, but now it's like it's trying to download data. God, of all times for this to fucking happen. But anyways, she's like, well, if you do anything with her, you owe me $20. And I'm just like, yeah, whatever. But I'm just like, man, I hope she's not fucking right. But I don't foresee that with my friend. I think we're going to, have some drinks. We're going to talk. And that's it. I'm going to go to sleep, wake up, and then, proceed to drive home with my daughters. And I can't wait to spend time with my daughters and all. So, but we'll see what happens. Like I said again, I don't think so. And okay, let's see. This is clearly not working. All right, so I'm just gonna put this into intermission. I'm gonna go ahead and just close this out. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna give it just a minute. I'm gonna reload everything and see if that works. So, and my sister's cat's staring at me like she wants to eat, and I'm like, "Fuck you, I ain't doing it." But yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of fun. No, well, not have that kind of fun at my friend's place. That's definitely not what I want. But but yeah, you know, like I said, she is a sweet. Like I said, if I had terms of awesome women, I mean the mother of my children and our friend, our female friend, they are also really really good mothers and all that. And like I said, women are strong in their own way. They have their own strength. Trust me. You go carrying around a child for X amount of months. Hey, come on. As guys, we have to understand that I couldn't go through that. I don't think any other guys who do. And I'm not counting fucking females who decide that, hey, I want to live my life as a man. Because guess what? You're still biologically a female. Granted, you go if you want to present yourself as looking like a man. Hey, that's fine. That does not mean then men automatically can start, rearing kids. Not happening. Okay, it looks like shit. It's not. It's trying to acquire the data. Let me look at let me let me see. I just want to see if it gives a status. No, that's homepage. Oh, there you go. Website. Oh, it says it's online. So, yeah, well, that sucks. Yeah, I have no problem with my internet. So, I guess something happened. They haven't updated it. Sorry, but hey, I actually was looking to do about 3 hours today. There's nothing I can do when server decides to go down. It sucks. It is what it is. So, but with that, then I'm gonna end the stream. Maybe I'll come back later and do something else. I don't know, but it is what it is. And hey, at the worst case, hey, at least you get to hear a little bit drama in my personal life and all that. Like I said, I don't do names for obvious reasons, out of respect and privacy, and I don't delve too much into things that are very personal. But hey, it's nice when you can just get some things off your chest. And like I said, I care about my friend. I'm glad we've our friendship has grown a lot in these past 6 months or something. But like I said, at times, she seems really like, I don't know. You can put in the comments and all that. If you would, if you have a friend and you say, and they say, hey, yeah, hey, I'm going away, taking a flight, I'm going away, not out of the country, but let's say you're going from the East Coast to like the West Coast or vice versa, or whichever, but you're staying within the country, and you're like, hey, I'm going for the weekend. I will talk to you when I get back, and then when you get off the phone, because remember you gotta go into airplane mode, so you're not receiving anything. But anyways, when I got off the plane, and I turned off airplane mode, she actually it showed that she had sent me a message, and she's just like, hey, did you make it safely there, etc., etc. And then it went from I was just going to talk to her when I got back to we ended up talking for most of the weekend. Though when I was bowling, I didn't really talk to her all that much. I think I sent a couple messages back and forth, but then and getting ready to go on the plane, the morning I'm getting ready to go on the plane, she's just like, hey, when you get back home and you're on the ground, hit me up. She said HMU, And then I was like, oh, HMU. But then I realized, oh, hit me up, you know. And I was just, she wanted me to talk to her, as soon as I got back on the ground. And I tell you what, for anybody who's watching this, hey, would any friend of yours want to make sure at all times that you're safe and all that, especially one of the opposite sex? Okay, so uh, if you're like, hey, yeah, I've had friends who like that, wanted to make sure I'll keep. I will give the just that you know she is in a small town. She doesn't really go anywhere, so it might be just natural. She's like, oh, you're going, so I just want to make sure, because I know like a family member of hers. I'll just say it's her mother is actually going out of country to a vacation spot, and she's just like she has the flight plan, the info and all that, so she can keep an eye, make sure that her mother gets there safely, and then occasionally say, hey, look, send me a message, let me know you're okay, blah blah blah, because I think her mother's going to be there for like a week or two, where she's going for vacation, and so I'm just like, oh, well, maybe she really was just wanting to make sure I was okay, but I'm just like, I don't even do that with my friends. If they're just staying with it. Now, if they're going out of the country, a place where it's like, you don't know sometimes, depending on where you're going. I get it, but within the country, I'm just like, you just going away for the weekend, you're coming back. I was just like, oh, hey, have fun, be safe, yada, yada. But I wouldn't be, at least from my point of view, I've never, like, send, hey, did you arrive safely? I know, like, my mother does that, and then like not even the mother of my children would be like, hey, is you okay, and all that. Unless, of course, I said I was gonna message like sometime later, and I don't. Then it's like, oh, okay, hey, I just want to make sure you're okay, But like like my mother sometimes would do that, type deal, because there's always love and all that, and I like I said, I just found it so weird that and I'm just like, you sure you don't like me more than a friend? And don't get me wrong, like I said, she'd be awesome to take on a date. You know, she loves to have conversation. Has so many good, interesting conversations. Though we do bump heads with each other on firearms. I love my firearms. Hopefully, I never will have to use them. In self defense. And she'll sit there. She's like, "Why do you have to take a life? Why can't you just shoot him in the leg?" And I'm sitting here like, well, I mean, we're it's through text messages. So I'm sitting here trying to, like, if we're in person, I can explain it better, and I have, because we kind of bumped heads like we were talking in person. But you know, you don't understand, like, when things break down. Trust me, a baseball bat is not going to work against a whole bunch of people. Even then, I'm just like, God forbid, someone, if a guy or someone or maybe multiple people break into her place, I'm like, a baseball bat is not going to save you. I would prefer you be armed, but she lives in Canada, where the mother of my children lives with my daughters. Now, like, the mother of my children would love to have a firearm. She has. I've taken her shooting. Boy, she needs to work on her discipline, because sometimes, when you say keep your weapon pointed downrange at all times, because in the safe direction. Well, some years ago, we're with roommates and such, another couple, really nice. Kind of my wife, soon to be ex-wife, was butting heads with his wife. Like me and him were like, well, yeah, we're fine, but I don't know why, like, his wife. I tell you what is, I hope things are better. It just anyway. So it is what it is. Sometimes it's one of those, like, don't have roommates. But still sweet, nice. You know. So, but what was I gonna say? So anyway, so we're shooting in the backyard, and my roommate, he had a break barrel shotgun, single shot shotgun. And so we showed her. And we say keep it pointed on. When she shot it the first time, she hits me like she's like, "Oh, this is so cool," and we're like, "Oh, you're doing good." And she's like, "What?" And she's turning, and where the weapon, she's turning around the whole way with the weapon not pointing that way. She's the weapon started, and we started like ducking back. But no, keep it facing down. Even though she just shot it, its idea is like, hey, we just presume at all times that the weapon is loaded at all times. So unless we clearly see that she shot, and then and is I'm gonna real quick. I'm gonna try to load this up one more time to see if this comes back. By the way, I know it says we're in intermission, but if it doesn't work this time, I'm going to end the stream because I'm rambling on now. Though it's not really a bad thing, but anyway, so that's where I'm actually yelling at my wife. I'm just like, you fucking keep it pointed that direction. If you're gonna turn your body like you just did, you're still gonna keep it pointed this way, and you look in the other direction, and I explained to her why we do this. It is a safety thing. She's like, okay, oh, I'm sorry, but but she loves shooting weapons. Okay, cool so far. Oh, it's back. We are back. I think. Okay, cool. We're back. Awesome. So, all right. So stream's not over. We're continuing, people. Oh man. See, sometimes you might just have to give it a couple minutes. So, like this. So my female friend does not like firearms, which I'm like, hey, that's cool. I'm not telling you have to. I'm just like, I know the world is not a nice place. For anybody who's watched what's happening, people will be like, seeing all the violence, and people are like, well, yeah, we got to keep weapons out of those people. Yeah, that's I get the understanding why. However, disarming law-abiding citizens is not going to do anything because literally, you got people, you got the criminals. The criminals are like, hey, we don't care about the law. We're just going to do what we want. And it's already been been ruled on in the Supreme Courts that, SCOTUS ruled that cops don't have to protect any individual they don't have to. That is like, that's why we have the Second Amendment for, basically. And this is why it's just like, can you imagine, so basically a crime can happen and a cop doesn't actually have to respond. The cop could be like, nope, not my thing. You saw when cops standing down, technically, per the Constitution, per what SCOTUS rule, yeah, they can just sit there and just let cities burn, which is what they did. Okay. And oh, this is gonna go bad. Oh yeah, get that get him healed. There we go. Okay, got some healing. So, and this is what I tell you, it's like when you and I'm like rambling. I'm a little incoherent in my talking points, but they just NYPD they just arrested a guy for the brutal killing of a girl. And he's part of a gang, and he's like a kid. He's like 19 years old. And before I go on with that one, fuck you to the gun grabbers who keeps trying to say 18 and 19-year-olds are children, so you can pack some stats, try to, manipulate people to give up their firearms. It's like, go fuck yourself, okay? I'm talking to you, Giffords and Mom's the Man. Every town. Mom's the Man next for every town, or some shit like that. Go fuck yourself, okay? trying to manipulate people. So, oh yeah, because you just saw like some like big time guy who's just like, the Surgeon General of the United States, where he's like, this is why we need to declare gun violence, epidemic, and all that because it's killing so many children. But then when you look at the stat, it literally does say kids ages 1 to 19, and I'm just like, 18, 19-year-olds are adults. That's manipulating stats because you take just 18 and 19-year-olds away. Yeah, guns are not the number one killer of children. Okay, so people who, if you gotta manipulate stats to for your talking points and all that, yeah, you're up to no good. You're a fucking tyrant. So I cannot stand those people. They can go fuck themselves. That's why, like, when I did my first. I just did my first tattoo last weekend, and and specifically it states like death for dishonor. My next one is going to be the Latin phrase "sic semper tyrannis," which means "thus unto tyrants," or "thus to tyrants," or basically it just means tyrants will get it in the end. It was famously quoted by John Wilkes Booth when he assassinated Lincoln. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. The mail lady that looks like she's on her phone. She was like delivering mail, but she was on her phone talking to somebody. But anyways, don't get me wrong. I understand why. I with the Confederacy were tyrants themselves because they treated Africans as it's not people. They were property to them, and they didn't see them as people. And trust me, this is talking points that communists use to try to get us to be like, well, this is why we're against capitalism. I was like, no. That's not actually how capitalism works. But I understand why they're using that talking point. So, and there's no point trying to debunk, but you need to understand them. So, but anyways, but however, in Lincoln saying, and Union saying, we gotta free the slaves, blah 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 blah. Lincoln didn't care about the slaves. He just didn't want the Union to be broken up. He didn't want the South to leave. He was a tyrant himself because he suspended rights, habeas corpus. He targeted his political enemies. So, 1 sec, fire air horns going off. Okay, now that's done. Every once in a while, a local fire department turns them on to make sure everything's working. But yeah, because literally, like, if you go out my front door, you make a right. Oh, of course. Now here comes the. That sounded like an ambulance. Anyways, yeah, you go out my front door, you make a right. You go down like 200 feet. Less than a block to the intersection. You make a right. You go down like 2 blocks, and there to the next intersection, and fucking right there, there's where the fire department is. So, and it's a volunteer fire department, So every time they are out, I do try to give something to them. It's not much. So I think they get very little in taxpayer funded. I think the building itself gets maintained, but I think obviously they're volunteers, so they don't get actually paid. You know, but it does look good on a resume. So, anyways, so guns, firearms. So that's why I was telling my friend, I was just like, well, this is why, I just like look at the end of the day, if someone breaks into my house, they're putting myself at risk. They're putting my family at risk. And and they're like, but they're not looking to go to get. I was like, well, I ain't taking that fucking chance. you know, I was just like, they break in. Well, they made the decision that they're willing to do violence to go after where it is I have. You know, and if they want to make that decision, and I told her, I was just like, look, they got two choices. Either they can leave on their own accord after being confronted by a heavily armed guy, or in this case, let's say it's take another family, or it could be the woman. I've read stories, or trust me, and the alternative is like you're not leaving of your own accord. You're gonna be leaving in a fucking, being carried away. But either way, you're leaving. And I don't care how you decide to leave. I prefer you just leave of your own accord and you be like, hey, don't fucking ever come back again, because next time I will not be so lenient. But if you're just like, no, you're gonna try, I'm like, okay, dude. I'm heavily armed. I'm making sure that the fight is not fair, that the fight is in my favor, and if you want to tempt fate, be my guest. I'm going to win. I'm just not going to give a fuck at that point. Because the people behind me, my family, friends, I care more about them than you. Actually, I don't care about anyone who's standing in front of me willing to, do harm or potentially put in harm's way anybody behind me. So, you know what? Let me. You know what? I'm gonna use the anniversary ring because I haven't done that one in a while. Yeah. See, I don't care if I waste the Empress rings because I can always just recharge them. But the anniversary rings I can't recharge. I have to wait till do another. Oh, you know what? I can do flame ring. I have to wait till oh shit! I forgot what I was gonna say. Until another season comes up, and then I can replace it. Okay, awesome. So, anyways, and that's just how I feel, and where I live in the state of fucking New Jersey, they're like, well, you have a duty retreat. I was like, fuck no. I was just like, I am not going to retreat out of my home. I'm like, home is like the last place, and I'm just like, what, so I can let people just ransack my house? It's like, fuck you. I mean, really. I mean, go fuck yourself. Because the same people are saying, well, that's what you should do. I guarantee you, if they were put in that situation, they would be like, well, no, we're not going to let, I don't got the money to place half my stuff. And I shouldn't be having to put myself in that position that I have to. Now you talk, because, like, is the state going to replace it all? No, they're not. They're like, well, it's like, well, it's just stuff. You can always replace and all that. It's like, no, it's not that fucking easy, okay? Alright, it's not that What if the guys decide, well, while we're ransacking, we're just going to burn your house to the ground? Do you think I can fucking replace my house? No. Is the government going to? No. They're going to be like, well, it sucks to be you. At least you're alive. Be like, yeah, I could have just fucking just dealt with the situation, you know. And that's where I was like, you know what? I'd rather go to jail than risk, my house getting burned down. Because you know what? At least then my family will still be there. They'll be like, well, but you're in jail and blah 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 blah. I was just like, yeah, but guess what? There's still a roof over your head. All our possessions are still there. You know, it's just that's just my line of thinking. You know, and of course they're starting to like the Supreme Court's really like coming down on this whole they're being more like, hey, yeah, we should definitely do like stand your ground because that's the right of the people. It's just like it's the point of the Second Amendment. So I mean, anything that would dictate that would prevent you from wanting to defend yourself is unconstitutional. So, and like I said, my female friend, she doesn't understand this, but it's okay. I got it. It's Canada. They're not used to like defending themselves because I asked her. I was just like, you fine with the military, like, killing anyone who's trying to harm the country? And she's like, yeah. I was just like, okay, but your understanding, my understanding of what you just said is you're fine with that, but then you're not fine with the average citizen defending themselves, and then they have to use lethal force to defend themselves in their own home. She's like, but that's different. I was like, no, it's not. It's not different. If someone comes into your home with the intent, you don't. It doesn't have to be intent. You don't even have to know. You just know if someone broke in your home, your first thing is like, hey, these people are gonna put yourself or your family into harm's way. Because they're willing to use violence at the very least gain entrance into your home to steal your stuff. Okay, which means that if you say no, don't do that, they're willing to like hurt you and or kill you to steal your stuff. They're saying because that thief, that aggressor is saying is, I don't care about your life. You know ooh, look at that, 2922. Your life means nothing when it comes to me trying to take your stuff. I'm willing to take your life so I can take your stuff. So if I have to, I'm willing to take life to protect my life, the life of my friends, my family, and that of my property, which that property's value goes towards making sure ensuring that myself, my family, my friends are taken care of. Okay? Because I do every so often, give money to my friends and all that. Sometimes they're less fortunate. Sometimes they don't have enough. It sucks. But in return, like I said, my female friend, like every once in a while, she needs help. And the mother of my children will make sure she gets help and all that. Where it needs a ride to an appointment to her, or to even go get her sons and all that. And then when we had an issue that came up, and guess what? Our daughters needed to get babysit, and she's like, "Yep, no, I got it. No worries at all." And she took care of them for like a few days. Because you know, my wife was in the hospital. She was in there for about a week, and my friend, she's like, "Yep, I'll take care of it." She made sure they were fed, they were clothed. So she spent some of her money to make sure that's fine, because she's an aunt to my daughters. And that was the way she was able to help. She can't sit there and be like, "Oh, well, I can give you money." She's like, "Well, I have hardly any money herself." So that's but that's voluntarily. We don't force each other to do that. That's when you think about the comments, like, oh well, we should be taking care of, but the way how they want it done is through the government. The government forces you to do that.
that's much different than you coming to your own choice, which that's I'm all about choice, voluntary. Some of the libertarian policies. That's where I agree with a lot of libertarians on. Granted, the Libertarian Party right now is fucking tearing itself apart because some like, well, I don't like the nominee who got nominated for presidential race because they're like, he's a lefty and whatnot. And I'm looking at his presidential board. I'm just like, it's a center left type deal where it's based on like, hey, we just don't want the government involved. They want less government. I'm just like, that's not really a lefty thing, And the libertarian nominee is Chase Oliver, by the way. And literally, he's just like, they're trying to call him like a communist. I'm just like, I'm sorry. If he was a communist, he wouldn't be advocating for the Department of Education to be gone. He's like, the Department of Education needs to be eliminated. All that should be done through privatization. Okay, cool. Because guess what? Communists, socialists, they're against that. They want more government involved in education because that's how they want to indoctrinate kids. Okay, so for the libertarians who are like, Chase Oliver is like a communist and all that, I was like, dude, you have no fucking clue what you're talking about. He wants less government. That is not a communist position. The communists want government to basically is be big, nanny state. Okay, that's the gist of it. I mean, it goes way deeper than that. But if someone say, "Hey, I want less government," they're not a communist. And if you're going to sit there and argue otherwise, well, you're a fucking idiot and you have no clue what you're talking about. And quite honestly, I just think you're more. And if you want more government, maybe you're the communist. Not. And don't get me wrong. Don't sit there and just arbitrarily just throw the word communist around. Because then it'll lose its meaning. Just like groomer lost its meaning, racist lost its meaning. It's just unbelievable how many of these words. Oh, hold on a sec. Okay, so it's amazing how many of these words that we used to mean literally absolutely nothing anymore. Because like the left just overly abuse the word racist constantly. It's like it has no meaning anymore. Okay, the word. Same thing with the term groomer. It has no meaning anymore because it got used just to basically these terms got used when just to basically it came down to is like I don't like you, so I'm just going to throw out this insult. Okay, white supremacy doesn't mean anything anymore. Okay, except for when you're dealing with the socialists and the communists, because to them white supremacy literally means capitalism. Everything that they say reverberates around capitalism. I think the best way when my friend was doing a stream, shout out to my friend Carlin Borisenko, when she was doing a stream, like someone new had come in, and they said it perfectly when they were like, "Oh, this looks like is a Venn diagram where capitalism is at the middle, and all these things that they're saying, like climate change, white supremacy, racism, equity." Uh, all these other things that you see, even CRT to a degree, all this stuff revolves around as a avenue of attack against capitalism. They all mean eventually in the end is that they want to go after capitalism. It's like, yes, so it was beautifully well said, and I don't know who it was, but shout out to that individual that was well said. That all these things that the communists are saying, their ultimate goal is to go after capitalism. You know, when they talk about abolishing the gender binary, and actually, again, because they believe that capitalism created the gender binary, man, woman, which then created the nuclear family where it put the woman in the home to do the unpaid labor of raising the children, and giving birth to the future workers who would, and also it put men in the workforce to be the breadwinners, and gave, and it created the patriarchy. So, and then, anyway, so the nuclear family and, husband, wife, man, woman, they create the future workers who would go to, or the future proletariat, as the communists would put it, to uphold capitalism. It's, so basically capitalism created this to uphold itself. And yes, it sounds absurd. However, debunking does not work. Okay? Because then it makes you look retarded. Okay? Because we have plenty of people, especially conservatives, comes into my friend's stream who are like trying to debunk it, and it's like, you don't get it. If debunking worked, this wouldn't be an issue. But it's not. Okay? Because those people are winning. It's the truth. They're winning. So the thing to do is to learn their language, understand what they're doing, so hopefully we can counter it. And we can counter it, but the problem is, and fucking people like James fucking Lindsay have gone out of his way to fucking block my friend, because on Twitter, Not to Be published an article where this woman from Canada, who's literally trying to be like, she's trying to steal my friend's work. Actually, she has been stealing my friend's work, because I guess she's trying to be the abolish the family expert of Canada. She's a fucking bitch from Canada. She stole my friend's work, and she's been doing it for a couple of months. But at first, she's like, well, if you're getting it out there, it's fine. I mean, my friend would like to take, at least, she would like her to say, hey, can you at least credit me? But at first she was just, okay, well, get out there, that's the main part. However, she, and she's like, if you're using some of the talking points, she's fine with that, Well, then she straight up stole a clip, because she made a clip, about Sophie Lewis, and Not the Bee, which is the Babylon Bee, but it's a subsection of them, found it and published it, and it got a lot of attention, which is fine, which my friend, she's like, hey, that's cool, and she didn't know about it, because at first, this person, her name is Melanie Bennett, and it went kind of viral and all that, and she's just like, oh, you watched my stream, because when she did this, she did it 2 days after my friend did her social on Saturday. And again, shout out to Colin Bourne Seiko. She gets a ton of fucking credit for the work that she does. It is her life work, and I'm really kind of pissed off that people are literally stealing her life's work, what she does for a living, and is trying to profit off it. And this will get back to James Lindsay here in a minute. So, and she's just like, she tells you, she's like, this is literally what I clipped, so you've been watching my social on Saturday, and I have a screenshot where she said, yes, it was from your screen. Maybe next time I should add a tag to it. And I'm like, why can't you just do it now? Why can't you just sit there and say, hey, this came from, Colin Bourne Seiko. I have no problem if you want to just get it out there and you give her the credit, and there's nothing wrong. And Not the Bee picked it up, and all Carlin wanted, all what we in her community, because a lot of us in her community, and she has stated this many times before, we do volunteer work, and a lot of times we don't like to take credit, but every once in a while we do say, yeah, we'll take credit. I found something for her. I didn't ask for credit, but she made sure to credit me for it. We have another member who found some mind blowing work that we just saw. We couldn't believe it. By the name of Stony Baloney. He on YouTube he goes by Human Centipede. Okay, and she's just like, "Yep, he found this. What we're watching right now, and she does all her own work, But this time she used his work. She made sure this is the guy who found this. Our friend, member of her community, he's getting the credit. Now she's doing the translation and she's trying to learn too because what we watch is so fucking far left. I mean, this is the furthest we've ever have heard. And we're sitting there and we're trying to understand this. She's trying to figure out so she can make it coherent and all. And what we've learned is just that this subsection, which is under what I think Stoney dubbed gender Marxism, they don't even agree with the terms non-binary because it still acknowledges that that gender binary exists. They want to eliminate all that. So even the people who are calling themselves, my understanding is they, thems, or even all these other categories, whether it be non-binaries, asexual, or some of the weirdest terms to describe themselves, they said that still is upholding capitalism because it's acknowledging the gender binary. And so basically it's by making these categories, even though you're trying to abolish the gender binary, you're still acknowledging it, which means you're still acknowledging your own oppression, i.e., you're still not, you're still under capitalism. And so basically, they're trying to they want to get to where there's no categories at all. Again, shout out to Stony Baloney, and this was hold on a sec. And this was played on my friend's Colin Borsenko's channel, and still, again, shout out to her because she's been teaching us to find this stuff. She taught Stony Baloney how to find this stuff. So this is where we can find more of this stuff because if she's doing all the work, there's only so much she can do. But that's why we are a community, so we can find this stuff because, like I said, so our friend Carlin, this is how, she makes her living, all that. The rest of us, our only goal, at least as far as I'm concerned, and I can't really speak on it, but I think they would kind of agree with this. Like, we don't care about credit. We're not here to make money. We just want this to be defeated. This ideology that's seeking to destroy our country because they literally do want to turn our country from the United States of America to the communist United States of America. They want communism here, and trust me, the communists, like the Bolsheviks and the was it not the RCA, the communists of America, the ones who just redid their party or whatnot, that Carlin infiltrated, guys, really nice clip where they said they want to raise the flag of communism above the White House. Those groups, people like them who they don't agree with queer ideology, they're going to get fucking eaten up by the queers. Because right now, the queer Marxists, they are the farthest of the farthest left of communism. They are the most radical and all that. They're the ones who are driving the indoctrination into schools. And right now, like I said, we just read, and like I said, I'm not going to tell you exactly what we read. You can go to Colin Borsenko's YouTube channel, and you can read and you can watch the video of what she did there, or you can go to her Substack. Okay, so I highly insist maybe you follow her on Telegram, so you can get notified when she does her videos and so on. And like I said, they're the ones driving the main things, and they're the ones who are right now winning. And people are like, well, these people are, they're stupid or all these things. I'm just like, and like I said, between Carlin and the rest of us in the community, I was like, well, if these people are so stupid, what does that say about us who are literally losing to them? We are losing to them, and it's not even close. We are so far behind. And so now we're going to circle back to about Not to Be. So Not to Be put out Melanie Bennett, who stole Carlin's work. Melanie Bennett admitted that, yep, she got it from Carlin's Social on Saturday. Not to Be picked it up. And so finally, my friend, she had enough. She's like, hey, and all we did was, hey, this work came from Carlin. Melanie Bennett admitted that what you're publishing came from Carlin. All we're asking is you just give her credit. We're not even saying take out Melanie Bennett. Okay, we're just saying put in there. You give credit. Here's the link to Carlin's work. And Not to Be, it's like, okay, yep. We saw what here. We read your evidence. And we're like, okay, we agree. And we're like, hey, cool, thanks. And all they did was they just said, here's the credit, here's the link. So they didn't change nothing. They even take out what that they first heard about it from Melanie, which is fine. I'll give that much. They're like, well, yeah, we heard it from Melanie Bennett, who watching, and but the main credit, of the stuff that she got it from goes to, here's this part. And even they want to say, yeah, it's easier for us just to, hear it shouted out by Melanie, whatever, fine, okay. Even though Melanie Bennett is a thief, fine, so be it. But the credit got back to Carlin. Well, of course, not long after that, fucking James Lindsay messaged them. It's like, hey, Colin Borensago is a fucking whack job. And, she said all these things. Call me. And after I guess they talked and all that, Not to Be took out the link to Carlin's channel, to her work. They still left this little thing in there that says, yeah, she, the credit of the work, blah, 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 but no link, so people can't go find her. And James Lindsay got Not to Be to bend the knee and gatekeep fucking Carlin. Because then Carlin's like, mentioned that, hey, why did you do that? And such. And you can go on Carlin's Twitter and you can read it, but basically, Not to Be then started saying what James Lindsay says about her, and that, oh, we're not going to bend the knee to a mob like you. It's like, no, we just wanted you to give Carlin the credit because that's what it is. Oh, and the thing is, James Lindsay admitted he's okay with stealing other people's work because he said to Not to Be, and this was public, he goes, you don't owe anybody a finder's fee. I'm like, you motherfucker. So you're saying it's okay to steal other people's work for you to profit off of? Go fuck thyself. Now, I didn't quite say that, but I asked, hey, you're okay with stealing other people's work? And he blocked me. He blocked my my second account, because I go by Nick Incognito on Twitter, and I had another account named Jaeger. So he blocked the Jaeger account. Okay. So, Colin was happy, like, hey, people are starting to give her recognition, but then you got the big time influencers coming in and basically telling us like, no, you're not. And they have no clue what they're talking about. Because James Lindsay is sitting there going, it's a Gnostic sex cult. And it's like, no, dude, because if you literally listen to what they're saying is, they're actually against the sexualization of kids. They think by having the gender binary actually perverts sexualization on kids and all that. Again, you can go watch her live stream that that we that she did this her last I it wasn't social night, it's her happy hour from yesterday. So and yesterday is oh hold on a sec. What's today? Today is the 29th. So you go back to her happy hour stream that debuted on yesterday, the 28th of June, 2024. And so and you can see where literally did and the it was an audio that we're listening to, and it was published July 31st of July 2024. So just under 2 years ago. Okay, so this is recent. So now they're trying to push this further left ideology. Okay, and guess what? Some of the names that were credited to in that audio already goes to people who we already know. Emmy O'Brien. Now, they didn't say Emmy O'Brien per se. They said Michelle O'Brien. And if you think about it, Michelle, the first letter is M, the last letter is E, M.E. O'Brien, who is big into abolishing the family. Okay, which that would also lead to the Ginger Dragon herself, Sophie Lewis. Okay, and there were some other names that were shouted in there that we have come across, and all these people are circling around each other. This is how they talk to each other. Okay. And now they're starting to say the quiet part out loud. I mean, they've been saying it for a while now. It's because how, and this is what that's what how we're seeing it is that they know that the right, the conservatives, they're not going to go and seek out what they're saying. They have no reason to be covert now about what they're saying. Because a lot of times they did use a lot of words, to describe different things. As my friend Carlin has always said, they use the same words, and I'm paraphrasing this because I know they use the same words, but they use a different dictionary, which means is what they're saying when they say some of these words. Like if we would say white supremacy is about white people, being at the superior race, what blah blah, and that means, well, the left, when they say it, they actually refer to capitalism. Okay, it's that under white supremacy, that created racism. If I'm trying to remember, and if Carlin, you're watching this, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Because there's so much information. It's hard to because that's why a lot of times we'll just say white supremacy, stuff like that means capitalism, but it's a vector. They're attacking a different vector of what they believe to be capitalism, and it doesn't matter. We can sit here and debunk them and all that because you have to understand what the far left communists are trying to do. But anyway, so they believe under white supremacy that this is how racism was created because of slavery to donate. How racism is, so you can denote different people, because before Europeans brought black people, or they would refer to each other by their nationalities, but when you have black people in America, now they say, well, we're white, you're black, that created race, the race. Okay, and which ultimately created slavery, which they're like, well, they think it goes back to owning private property, etc. And I'm a little off on this, and that's why I shout out to Carlin, because this information she can retain so well. I'm just like, I know the words, I know they mean, but that's why she always keeps preaching. It's like, don't just say, well, it means capitalism, because then people are like, well, but why? Because you got to explain the why. And if you can't explain the why, there's no sense in trying to talk about it per se and all that. I can sit there. So anyway, so I was speaking about that terms where use that the far left comments. Yeah, they use the same language, but they use different dictionaries, which means they use the same words, but they use different terminology. Well, this was what Carlin had always wanted. She's been saying this for I want to say close to 2 years now. But guess who suddenly decided just recently to say that exact same thing. James Lindsay, again, who admitted that, yeah, he has no problem with stealing other people's work. He really does. At this point now, he's in it just for the money. As far as I'm concerned, a lot of us have said this. And because of him, because of people like him, you know, he has misled quite possibly millions of people. If he would have been working with Carlin on this, we could actually be in the process of solving this problem. At least trying to tilt it back way. Carlin doesn't. My understanding is Carlin doesn't care if James Lindsay makes a whole shitload of money. She's just like, I want to solve this problem. But he cares so much about money. He wants to be the one that's like, no, no, no. I'm the smart guy in the room. I can't be upended by someone like Carlin and all that. So I'm going to make sure that I prevent anybody from working with her. Okay, because James Lindsay is right now has got big money behind him, and he's using that weight to go after anybody. Okay, okay, and part of the problem is there is a core of four people who, and Carlin has talked about this, who recently she just, who's been like stalking her for like, and just absolutely like ruining her life for years. And it dealt with it because of one guy. But anyway, she just found out that this core group, after, the reason why they've been like going so ham on her is that they're actually trying to ruin her life so badly, that she would just, the term she used was unalive herself, or self delete. I think it's the other term that YouTube's okay with. Okay, I mean, how pathetic. And turns out these people were like getting into the ears of like James Lindsay, Tim Pool, the Quartering. I mean, just all the big time people just absolutely trying to turn everybody against her. Now, they tried it with me. I told them to go fuck themselves. They tried doing it with Dan Kleiman. Dan Kleiman was just like, go fuck yourselves because I know her and here's all the evidence that I need that you're full of shit. Shout out to Dan Kleiman and many others in our community. But they did sway some in our community. How many? I don't know what the actual number is. But I think probably is a decent portion. And what a shame. Because again, these people who did it wanted to steal her work. They wanted to be what she was. Because she's good. She's fucking awesome at what she does. You know? So, and, yeah. And it's, oh, you know what? Hold on a sec. I'm just realizing. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Oh, look at that. Not quite there. Yeah. So, yeah. And it's quite possibly if these people, and they're referred to as the interlopers, did not do what they did, quite possibly, because they did get James Lindsay to turn against Carlin. Because Carlin noticed right around the time they started doing this is when James Lindsay stopped sharing Carlin's work. Okay. And so as far as I'm concerned, these people have really hurt us. Hold on a sec. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, that was my kid's sister. She's like, "Hey, I'm hungry. Can I get your credit card?" Yeah. So, anyways, my kid's sister. She's like, "I'm hungry. Can I get your credit card?" I'm just like, "You got a fucking job." She's like, "But I go pay." Again. So anyway, she's like, "But hey, I'll go pick it up for you, and you get food too." I'm like, "Whatever." So, anyways, what was I saying? So, yeah, so quite possibly, if these people did not try to ruin Carlin's life, she might quite possibly have a whole bunch of people on her side, and we possibly could have been turning this shit around. It wouldn't have been an immediate effect, but just imagine over the last 2 years we could have been working on this. It could have been at least starting to tilt back, but because we're so far behind, and people are refusing to want to fix anything despite what they say. She thinks, as far as we're concerned, 10, 15 years they're going to take over. They're going to overthrow the government, and we're going to be in a communist hellhole. And I think like 95%, she's probably correct. I always give that slim chance that just sometimes, people aren't predictable. But if I had to make a bet, I would not bet against my friend. But, I think no matter what, there is always hope. I just think that in society, people are just unpredictable and you just don't know. Even though I agree, I don't think the right will put up a fight. I think they're just going to be like, they're going to cower. They're like, please don't fucking hurt us, whatever, type deal. And that may be true. It sucks, but it would not surprise me. Would not surprise me at all. And people could get butthurt over that, but like, what do you want me to tell you, man? It's just, it is what it is. And if you're like, no, well then, fucking do something. But a lot of times, we think like, well, they don't want to do certain things because, well, the right doesn't want to do something because they're hoping it will go back in their favor, and then they can indoctrinate how they want to. And unless like you're not gonna win, dudes. That's not gonna happen. I don't see that happening at all. But who knows? It's it is what it is. But like I said, the worst that can happen is help her like get the word out. You can if you're someone who's from her community who happens to be watching this right now, hey, try doing clips, shouting out, putting, if you do those clips, see if you, try putting, make sure you embed the links in the clips. This where it can go straight to what she's doing, because she, if you send out the clips, but if you don't get the link into them, or i.e. watermark, then they're just going to just take her stuff and use it for their own. So we'll see what we can do. But we're always, but this is why I say, and Carlin has said this. It's just this is why she likes Nick Fuentes, because, and don't get me wrong, she has publicly stated she does not agree with him on everything. But his tenacity to like say fuck you, you are not going to silence me, and I will agree, is something to be holding, because he's got an army of reply guys who like, no, this is what he's saying, and shit. That's why he's been able to not only survive but thrive. So and as she put it, we have what you would say is a unholy alliance with him and his group. And a lot of us, really do understand where Nick Fuentes is coming. Again, personally for me, and I'm not speaking on anyone else's behalf, I don't agree with a lot of his views. But where we do agree is that uh, the fucking conservatives and the Republicans, they suck. They need to be uh, burned down, figuratively speaking. Oh, let me go out to that. Let me go out to the goblin. You know, the conservatives and the Republicans, they are our enemies right now, because the communists, the far left, they don't even see conservatives and Republicans as a threat. Their biggest threat to them is the Democrats, and those who are lean left. You know, even some of those who call themselves socialists and communists are not left enough for them. They can talk again about like the Bolsheviks or guys like Midwest Marx. All those guys, or the revolution. That's what it's the RCA, the Revolutionary Communists of America. They see them as big threats because they're not far enough left, because they still believe in like certain things, like the queer, like the gender Marxists, the queer Marxists. They use those terms kind of interchangeably. They're like for total abolition of private property, whereas, and I mean everything, that would include the body itself. Whereas the Bolsheviks, they still, they're like, no, our body, that's what we do. Is even like, the guy from Midwestern Marx, Noah is his name. He's like, well, I like my private kitchen. Guess what? The fucking the queers, the gender queer/gender Marxists, like, no, there is no private kitchen. He's like, are you kidding me? Because you don't own a private kitchen. You don't own a private house. Everything is basically is owned by the state. They'll say the community or the people, but it's the state. And so, like I said, those guys are getting eaten up by the gender Marxists. And now, could there be an unholy alliance between us and the Bolsheviks? I'm like, maybe on this one issue, because the gender Marxists are just fucking, they are a fucking nightmare right now, because they're driving everything. But eventually, if we can take care of the gender Marxists, well, that still leaves the Bolsheviks, and they're almost as bad. I mean, yeah, they think they're doing it for the right reason. Hey, the road to hell is paved with good intentions, okay? Because they're like, oh, look, we should do things like how China's done it. Trust me, China is authoritarian tyrants. They are dictators. Trust me, they suppress so much information, try to, because they don't want it to get out into the public outside of China. But those few stories that have gone out, it just shows, man, that government does not care about its people at all. They literally want to run every part of their lives. Even though, like, you'll hear the Bolsheviks say, well, you should be able to do what you want, so you can work as minimum as you can. So this is where all your spare time is being artist. No. This never has happened. Because what, you set it up, maybe it'd be like that, but eventually someone takes over and says, I'm using all this power to put in place of how I see things. Because they're like, well, everything was fine under Lenin, but when Stalin got in, I was just like, yeah, a guy came in after Lenin, and all that power that was in the government, because they put all the power into the government to help the people, and he used it and fucking dictator, as you put it. Even though in my opinion, I think Lenin was just as bad. Because Lenin fucking... Now, they say, no, he didn't, but the men under his command fucking executed the Tsar family, to include their children. And even though they say, well, no, he never gave the orders and all that, trust me, that what he led to, that's what happened. That's on Lenin. Lenin was no different. Okay? Stalin just took it to his natural course. He's just like, well, I'm going to create this group. Because even the queer and gender Marx, I think on that, they fucking don't even acknowledge Russia as being actually communist anymore, because they're like, who was it? Was the no, it was the International Communist Organization or something like that, where there's like they denounced Stalin because he made all the politician class or whatever, and they became worse than the capitalists because they were just taking all the resources and they were, uh, you know, doing what capitalists do, but just on a far worse idea. It's just like, yeah, you think communism is what do you think's gonna happen? Let's say if communists get their wish here in America and all that. Let's say the first 5 years, yeah, they'll probably be fine. You know, they're like, oh, hey, see, look, we got what we wanted. Maybe 10 years later they can still say that, but eventually somebody's gonna come in and like, no. See all this power that's in the government? I'm gonna use it for how I want to. There will be another Stalin-esque type person, and they'll do it again. And it will. It may not be 5 years down the road. It may not be 10. It could be 20 years, but it eventually, their communist utopia will be turned into a fucking nightmare. You know, that's what happened in Russia. Because at first they're like, and even then, Russia never did achieve their utopia and all that. Okay? China never achieved their utopia. None of these communist countries have ever achieved their utopia because ultimately is the state owned everything. And even though the guys from Midwest Markets are like, no, you own your house and all that. But I'm like, who has the land? Do you own the land underneath the house? They're like, no, the state still does. The state just lets you use it how you see it. But see, here's the problem. The state lets you because the state owns it. Eventually, then, the state will turn around and say, like, well, we need to use it for this, so thanks for maintaining it for us, but you're going to get put somewhere else. Why would you say, no, this is where I like being and all that? And they'll say, nope, you need to do what's best for the collective, so you need to fucking move somewhere else. Because we need to put this stuff up because it's going to help everybody. And yeah, you may get people who might be like, okay, we agree with it, but eventually all it takes is one person say like, but I like being here for it to go downhill. Because the minute, yeah, in theory, communism could work and all that as long as you have 100, and I mean 100% compliance, that they're just like, okay, we're just going to do whatever we're told to do. Sure, it can work, but the minute one person says no, it just unravels. Because someone is saying no. And then they go all fucking ham. And then other people's like, whoa. You're not, And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, you're going to disagree too? Fine, then we'll go again. And then it's just, then it becomes, then it shows just how much of actual tyrants that they actually are. Okay? And that's what has always happened. Nobody thinks it hasn't, but that's what it is. Trust me. And also then, if everyone's agreeing with it, but then eventually what happens is the government starts, and I'm sure it does nearly right off the bat, it becomes corrupt because then they're like, well, everyone else got to do this, but us, since we're in charge, it's different. That's what happened in Russia. When Stalin created the politicians and all that, I forget the political class, I think it's what it is. They were just like everyone else, hey, you got to be a good communist, you got to be a good comrade. While they literally were hoarding all the resources for themselves, all the money, all the resources, so they can have just this unbelievable lifestyle. And then when it started drying up, that's when, at least according to the international communist organizations, that's when they tried to turn to capitalism because they realized they fucking emptied the whole entire piggy bank and there's no way. So they're like, okay, we're going to go back to capitalism so we can keep funding our ways and all that. And they said, well, a lot of people want to return to communism. I was just like, nah, I don't think so. Because they're just literally going to go back to the same way it was. That's why I do believe in a lot of the libertarian philosophy and all that, but I still, a lot of libertarian philosophy, some of the things that they do, that they want, it's not feasible. Okay? because you'll have a lot of libertarians who are like kind of like lefty types, who are like they're for open borders and all that. And I got it that a lot of them saying, they want the open borders on the national level because they don't want the states. But I'm just like, well, that means because they want like anybody could come in, blah 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 blah. I just okay then fine. So then when a neighboring country is like, hey, we're gonna roll our military into there, under your philosophy, you say no, that's okay. But I'm sure then you'll be like, no, 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 that's not what we mean. So it's like, okay, you do want restrictions. How are you going to force those restrictions? Because I already know they're going to say, no, no, we don't mean about some military can just come in to our country and all that. Okay, so then you want some sort of restrictions. How much of a restriction do you want? Do you want murderers to come in? And I'm sure they'll be like, well, no, no, we don't want murderers to come in. I'm sure, you know. So eventually, this is how it does. It does go. You know, you just can't have true open border. Now, don't get me wrong. If you want less restrictions, I got it. You know, and the thing is to get to that point is to make sure there's no welfare state. You know, because right now a lot of the especially the illegal immigration that's coming through the southern border of America is being driven because because they realize like, hey, we'll go in, we'll get welfare, the state will take care of us, and then you know, may or may not do anything. I don't know exactly how far it goes, but that's why we get so many people, because they come in, they're like, well, the state needs to take care of us so we can get up on our own feet. Okay, so take away the welfare state, and you're going to see a lot of people here illegally. They're not going to come. A lot of them are probably going to self-deport themselves. And then personally, that's where you're like, okay, we're going to like really enforce the borders. And as much as, and my opinion is, I want to limit the government as much as possible. However, I do think you need kind of a shell of a government to say, hey, we're going to look after the border. Now, I believe in private property rights. I believe in that America as a whole is a private property. Private property for the American people. And it's just like, hey, because right now we have open borders where you have illegal immigrants coming out, where ranchers down at the border, I remember I was watching this article, reading this article like probably about a year ago. They were like, yeah, they're finding trash, like illegal immigrants are just coming through their private property. They are leaving trash. Hell, they're finding dead bodies. You know, and it's just like, yeah, that's the policies of open borders. And I'm sorry for those libertarians who want open borders. That's what you're going to get. Okay. Now, if you eliminate the welfare state, as I said, I think you'll get a lot less. And then you can start having that discussion. It's like, okay, we can really not be too restrictive. But with Chase Elder, I agree. You have some sort of resemblance. And all they're doing is they're checking to see, it's like, are you a criminal? And depending on what you're a criminal for, well, you know, we'll say, if you're like, well, it was shoplifting and all that, maybe you can make an argument for that. But I mean, if you're a murderer, it's like, nope, we don't want you here. You know, if you have any like communicable diseases, like, no, sorry, once you get better and there's nothing else wrong, hey, we're cool with you coming in, you know. And I'm okay with that. You have just a kind of a simple filter to get out to make sure that the worst things don't come in. But other than that, they're like, oh, you're not a criminal, there's nothing wrong with you. Okay, you know, there's no reason to prevent you from coming in. Now, you can make the argument if, like, well, they have ties to this foreign government and they want to come in. You literally can set that up to where it's like, hey, you're working on behalf of another government and you're an agent of another state. We don't want we don't want you to come in. Okay, I'm cool with that. Okay, but again, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. You know, that's why you try to set up where the government does not have all this power and all that. I see the government as a necessary evil that has to be kept in check at all times. Okay, so let's see, level 80, maybe like 82. We'll kick on out of here. So, because I'm still getting I'm getting really good experience. Either the experience ring will be done, or I'll be like under like 1500 experience. So maybe I can do this until maybe level 85, because then at that point I can go to this other place, which is really good. So, but yeah, it's I'm for some border restrictions. Now some will say, no, we just mean between the states. It's like we already fucking have that. You're talking about between national borders. I'm sorry, you need some restrictions, because if you're like if anybody can just come in, which mean then you're really saying this: murderers can come in, uh, people with like diseases that are really bad can come in. You're talking about like just bad stuff like Ebola or something. I don't know. Take your pick, something that can spread really fast, get a lot of people sick. Or are you okay with foreign armies just being able to just come anywhere? I think you'd be like, oh, no, we don't mean that. Well, then you want some restrictions. Okay? So then you need someone to enforce those restrictions, which means you need some kind of a government. Okay? But I think, the main things for a government is to maintain the borders, maintain, be the diplomats for other countries, because a lot of times other countries, they're only willing to deal with other countries as with their governments, with the heads of their states. In the libertarian side, if there's no national government, and I know they're really, and I don't get me wrong, I really am against national governments, but again, they may be like, well, okay, yeah, okay, yeah, this individual from the middle of New Hampshire, 'cause that's where they're trying to build the libertarian home state. You're an individual, you're a private citizen, and you go to this country and say, hey, I want to do business with you, wherever that country is. Well, their government may be like, well, okay, well, get your head of state to come talk to us, and, I'm using this as an example, and we'll see what we can do. Well, it's that private individual. It's like, well, we don't have a national government. They'll be like, well, then we're not going to deal with you. It's like, we're looking to do national trade. You alone is not worth doing trade. Okay, because it does cost money, resources, etc. But they may be like, hey, if the national head of state say, hey, we can do a national level trading to open up trade parts with whomever within your country, then they'll be like, oh yeah, we can do that. Not going to do it as an individual person, with a private citizen. So that's why you need some sort of diplomats. Like I said, it can just be a shell of a national government. They do is they work with other countries, to do trade. Simply, they say do trades. We're not going to do any military alliance or anything like that. Maybe have a little bit of a national army. And you're talking about, it could be really small. It's like we maintain just like a small navy, a small air force, a small army, just as a initial response. God forbid, if like we get invaded, they're the first ones to go take on and defend, while we, mobilize the rest of the people who are armed and all that to help reinforce that. And you're talking about a very small, like the founding fathers wanted. That like, hey, if the government tries using the military, to overthrow the people, it's like there's more than enough people, and they have more than enough firepower to like be like, well, go fuck yourself. It's this where it because if there's like 10 million armed citizens in the country, and let's say the military only has like 100,000 personnel. I mean, that's between the army, the navy, air force, etc. Or even let's double that. Let's say 200,000. We'll have a little bit more reasonable number. It's just like, are you going to have like a 200,000 total military power take on 10 million armed civilians? I don't think so. You know, and that was the logic behind the founding fathers, is that we have a strong, extremely strong armed civilian population, so that the government has military. It's so overwhelming. The government's like, well, we don't have the numbers to take on the people. We're like, scared shit of the people, and that's the way it should be. But with today, with them trying, and even today, there's like, I think there's like 2 million total, maybe 2.5 million total, and military personnel that would include active, um, National Guard and reserves total, versus I think there's like at least 70 million armed private citizens. Yeah, that's not going to be tasked. Even with the military having superior, having an air force, air power, naval power, and like tanks, and all kinds of the firepower that they do have. It's just like, do you really want to take on 70 million people? Even let's go down to, let's say, hey, half that number. Let's say 35 million, or uh, let's say half that number is willing to actually take on. That's still like what, almost a 20-to-1 ratio. It's like, yeah, it's not going to work out. The last thing you want to do is wipe out like 35 million of your own people. And the minute you start doing that, the other like 35 plus more million will be like, okay, we have no choice. We're going to have to get involved. Or they're just going to bend the knee, which is still possible. But really, do you want to really start? I mean, that's why you have an armed population. Is to keep the government in check. Like I said, you have a shell of a government. You have a very small military, something that's like will initially take on. But you tell me you have a really good military. And it's like these guys are professionals. Like, they're good. It's not quantity over quality. This is quality versus quantity. Like, the types of troops are like so good, but they're so smart. They're the initial force that would defend against a large invading military, while you mobilize the rest of the people. Okay. It's like that small military is not going to be able to take on and defeat a much larger army. Their purpose is to delay while you get the rest of the people. But if an invading army, let's say of like a million people, it's like like North Korea has like a 1 million-man army. Do you think they're going to try to take on the United States private citizens? We have like 70 plus million. They're like, no, thank you. This is not going to turn out good for us. Especially a lot of those private citizens are also former military, and they're really good. Okay, that's the whole point. Is so you have a shell of a government who they take care of the borders, and then still you can say we limit what they can do at the borders. All right, and you talk about it's literally just the border. You can say you get this. The whole encompass is certain, but you can only go like, I don't know, a couple 100 meters wide is the actual borders. There's enough room for like the border patrol or whoever's maintaining the border of the government. They can they have room to operate around, and then the rest after that, fucking bikers, and then the rest after that it's all private property or whatnot. But they maintain a little bit of the border, and you say this is what you can, this is what you cannot do, and you can set it hard in stone. And the only way to actually change that is like you need near, like what, 80+% to change that. So, and like I say, they maintain a small national military, and they do diplomat work. And they do it specifically on trading for the people. Maintain relationships, but they're like, hey, we're not going to make any alliances. We're not going to make, we'll have, we'll do trade. I mean, if we're making weapons and trading them to you, and and all that, so you can defend yourselves, all that. But if you go into war and all that, say, hey, look, the stipulation is then we're not going to trade military weapons because then, for whatever reason, because a lot of people are saying is we're trading weapons still with Israel and they're using those weapons to wage war, and that means we're complicit in it, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah, I can see your point. See, guard skill. I should really go and level up guard skill. So yeah, So, but we'll see how things go. And actually, I need to go sell some things. So, look at, you know what? Let me go and start at least the next fight because I want to keep this chain going. Look at that chain. All right. See Shanta too. Oh my gosh, she is. No, I don't want that. Let's see. It must be down here. Yep, grass called bit. Okay. I must not put some of the stuff back in. Alright, so once I'm done with this experience chain, when it finally ends, whenever that is, I'll get on out of here. I'll go back to somewhere else. But anyway, so, I mean, that's how I view things. That's why I disagree with libertarians on. I don't want her. I understand the non-aggression principle, and actually I agree with most of it, but I believe in certain situations where I don't agree with the non-aggression principle. Sometimes, like, perfect example is, let's say we have citizens living abroad, and we're like, no, we don't get involved in anything and all that, but then, something happens to them. Let's say they, get kidnapped or, held hostage, anything like that. Now, even though this would violate the non-aggression principle, we have everything to react, but I can see, like, people saying, no, we shouldn't send forces in to try to go retrieve our people. We should be diplomat and whatever, and get them back that way. I'm like, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be some who will make that argument. I know I could be wrong. My opinion is, no, we will send military in. We will get our people back. Some of them might get killed, unfortunately. But however we're going to go and we're going to say, no, we are not going to negotiate to get our people back. We are going to go get our people back, and we're going to use force. And we're going to go in there, and we're going to kill every fucking terrorist who's involved. Okay? Not talking about, if they were backed by any country or anything like that. No. Just those who are in the immediate thing. Like, we go in, it's like, oh, our people are being held in this building. Well, guess what? Any hostile in this building is going to get annihilated. And that's me putting it politely. Personally, how I would do it. I was like, you're going to make examples of these people, of this particular, small group. We're going to make it so bad and so horrified, and make it public too, that the next guys who think about it, they're like, oh, we're kidnapping people. Oh, they're citizens of this country. It's like, nope, our mistake. We're going to let you go because we know what happened, what you did to the other guys. We want none of that. Because that used to be how it was. U.S. They was like, no, we're not negotiating. We're going to fucking murder you all. Actually, it's not even murder, because murder would be the unlawful kill. No. We're going to go in. We're going to annihilate you. You're going to hear us overhead, and you'll be like, nope, this is not worth it. We rather go, like, kidnap people from, like, Germany or something like that, because then they'll pay us to get their citizen back. It's like, no. We're going to make it so you see our people, and, you realize that, hey, you mess with the wrong people. Be like, nope, you're going to beg, say, no, please, here they are. We didn't mean it. Please don't end us. Don't make an example of us. I mean, when I mean make an example, I mean I'm talking about things that would probably violate the Geneva Conventions. I mean, you make example of them. It's like, no, no, no. We don't care what the Geneva Conventions say. We're going to that would be bad. Okay, that's my opinion. You know, libertarians would be like, no, no, we can't be like that. It's just like, nah. That's why I disagree with libertarians. Because I'm pretty sure they would make that argument. That's fine. I got it. You know, but sometimes, you know, you got to make an example of people. So this is where it's not to win that fight. Well, I mean, technically it is, but you may lose some of your own people. It's the hope is there won't be a next time. Because if there is next time, they'll be like, oh shit, we don't want none of this. And they may say, well, you're willing to sacrifice a few for the many, for the greater good, or whichever. I'm like, no, I'm really hoping they don't die at all. But however, if what happens, like, you know, you negotiate, you know, well, then there's going to be a next time. And then there's going to be a next time. And there's going to be a next time. Eventually, someone might just get killed because then, you know, they'll be saying, we want so much, and you can't do it. And I'm like, yeah, I got it. It's a fucking shitty ass way, but sometimes that's what's gotta happen. You know? So say la vie, there's monsters in the world. You know what? I wish there wasn't. But as long as there is monsters in the world, and that is not gonna change anytime soon, you need to send your own people who are willing to do monstrous acts against those who are monsters. You know? C'est la vie, as the French would say. That is life. You know, and it is what it is, you know. That's how I feel. Ain't gonna change my opinion about that. That's why I do not consider myself a libertarian. You know, and I'm way off topic and all that because fucking we started this out, you know, I was talking about my friend, and then I was talking about how my female friend from Canada, and then talking about, you know, my other friend Carlin, how she's getting fucked over by people like James Lindsay. Oh, and now unfortunately Phil Labonte from heavy metal band All That Remains, which I can dislike Phil Labonte and what he's doing right now, but I still like All That Remains. I still love the music. But damn, dude, you blocked me too because I was trying to tell you, hey, look, this is not cool, man. And you're just like, you just stuck your head in the fucking sand because, you know, just James Lindsay, you know, told you otherwise. You know, it's like, no, she's a Carlin's this, Carlin's that. You know, she just wants attention. You know, I was just like, dude, are you fucking that stupid? You know, and I can sit here and say, yeah, I like your music, but at the same time, I think you're a fucking idiot. Holy fuck, dude. Don't sit there and say you're anti-communist, but then when people are trying to actually show you, it's like, this is what the communists are doing, you're just like, no, I don't need to see full content. Little clips are fine. It's just like, dude, oh man, go fuck yourself, dude. Really. Piss me off. And I fucking like Phil Labonte, you know, because he's, you know, really does want to go in it. But I was just like, when people are trying to help you and all that, you know, you can't say, well, only this particular source is the only one I'm willing to listen to. It's just like, you can look at us, you can look at the stuff, and you say, hey, look, I'm taking an honest look at it, and you'd be like, look, for this reason or this reason, I just don't agree. But the thing is that we in Carlin's community and Carlin herself literally are trying to show you what the activists are fucking doing. And a lot of times we're trying to teach them the language to where they think we're the fucking communists. Well, in a way, kind of thanks for the compliment because we're learning their language. So this way we know what the fuck they're doing. Like, and we're trying to teach it so you know what the fuck they're doing. But no, you rather just be like, Gnostic sex cult or whatever fucking thing it is, or it's like, no, this is what they're doing. It's like, and even then, like people like Philip on it. Well, like, yeah, I know whiteness. I saw this thing where it said whiteness means property and all that. It's like, okay, can you fucking like follow up the logical step in that? So when people are like, well, they're racist and all that, it's like, no, they're not fucking racist. if if you don't if you don't comply with their view and all that, they fucking hate you regardless of your sex, gender, race, disability, or whatever other characteristic that you have of you. Okay, you can be. We have a very lovely lady who, and I use this term lady because she's very respectful in our community. She's a trans woman, but she's a trans black woman. I don't think there's anything. I don't know if there's any other characteristics. You know, you know, I'm not gonna put out her name and all that, but the queers and the genders, my understanding is, don't like her because she's like, I like capitalism. I don't like what you guys are doing, and they fucking despise her because she does not comply with the ideology. And I'll say this about Blair White, even though Blair White is kind of an idiot. You know, I think she, not a grifter, but I think she's kind of more in it for the money. And my friend Carlin, she has her own opinions about her. It's like, but even Blair White, because I saw a video where she went to one of these LGBT events. She's a trans woman and all that, and she's like, "Hey, yeah, I got it. I'm a trans woman, but I mean, I don't agree with your ideology." And well, a lot of people there fucking attacked her. You know, and she doesn't like communism. She doesn't like socialists. You know, so I'll give her that respect. And I can watch the video. Granted, you say it's an edited video, but I mean, those segments where they're like, 2 to 3 minutes long. Where these people just like don't like her because she's like, hey, you're not complying. Basically, you're not complying with who we are, so you're not supposed to have your own opinion. Basically, is how she took it. So I'll give a shout out for that. I'll give credit where credit's due. And so like I said, it doesn't matter who you are. If you're do not commit to the ideology, if you're not with us, then you're against us. That's how the communists are viewing it. Just like Larry Elder is called was called the black face of white supremacy because he's about meritocracy. He loves capitalism. Capitalism, which is defined by the communists as private property ownership. That would include your body, parental rights, small business. And give me one minute. All right. So, anyways, I'm gonna be wrapping this up soon. I've been doing over 3 hours, but hey, this has been a really great. I'm happy. Actually, this is the longest I've streamed so far. So, but I do know, like, let's see, it's just after 5 p.m. East Coast time, and I know friend Carlin's gonna be doing her socials on Saturday. Socialism Saturday soon, about 6 p.m. East Coast time. So, hey, if you like part of this conversation you're watching right now, I highly recommend 6 p.m. East Coast time. You know, check out Colin Morinseco's channel. Just search for Colin Morinseco. Generally, you'll find her. If I remember correctly, I think she might use the title Doctor in it, and she has a doctorate in she's an industrial psychologist. All her friends and family, you know, it's just Colin Morinsenko. You know, though those that she don't like, they're like, you can call me Doctor. It's kind of an inside joke, I think, if I remember correctly. Don't quote me on that one. I can't remember exactly what it was. You know, check out her work. I really highly encourage you to check out her work. There's other people you should check out. You watch Stu Studios. He's on Twitter. He's been covering a lot of the protests, and Carlin's been giving him a lot of big shout outs. He's doing really on the ground work, covering the college protests, especially when it kicked off. So, but I'm gonna sign off here in a few minutes because I got all my family there. They're starting to come back in. If you can't hear, like, yeah. Hold on a sec. Oh no, sorry. That wasn't my mother coming in. That was just somebody just using my driveway to do a U-turn. Actually, not a U-turn. There, well, sort of a U-turn, but actually it's a K-turn. You know, for all us older guys, you know what the K-turns, they're doing a 2-point K-turn. You know, so they can go back the other way. Anyway, so I'll stick around a little bit longer. But yeah, check out her work. You can check out other members of our community who do great work doing undercover. Check out Kino Reviews. Shout out to my bro. Does a lot of good work. He's done a couple undercovers for Carlin. Check out another friend of mine, Jennifer. Great author. You know, she's just published a whole bunch of books. I'm really happy and proud for her and all that. You can also check out Sin on Twitter. She goes by Shin Shadowland. She too also is publishing books. Who else? You know, my other friends, Reagan Hom, Bot, Country Brooklyn, or is it Brooklyn Country? I can't remember, but and so many other people in the community. Murphy's Pool, you know, people who do great work, always helping out where they can. I know when Carlin did an undercover and all that, it happens to be near Murphy's Pool, and he stopped by. He's like, hey, here's some stuff to help you. It's a case of like these people go, you know, fucking realize who you are and you have to defend yourself. He gave her stuff. There was no weapons. You know, I think he gave her some like mace. Also, I think he took her out for dinner or something like that. You know, make sure she was taken care of. And he's like, hey, get a hold of me. If something happens, I will come and get you. Me and my wife will take care of you. You know, and, you know, check him out. He likes to show his wife's boobs. Just because he's like, just wants to get laid by her every chance. I mean, he's in like his late 50s, I think, and his wife is like 6 or 7 years older than him. Loves her to death, so loves to joke around. Has a very good humor. Some people might say, "Oh my God, what the fuck kind of humor is that?" You know, I think he's a Marine. A Marine and all that. He served in the Marine Corps, so that's where he got a lot of his humor. I understand his humor because, you know, I'm a soldier. You know, I was in the Army, so, you know, but sometimes, you know, gotta kind of keep him in check and all that. Like I said, shout out to him, and there's just so many other people. I can't name them all, and some of them don't like to be known. They're like very private, you know. So it is what it is. But shout out to the rest of my community. Do such awesome work. Ooh, I want to hit at least 100. Come on, triple digits for the win. You know, so shout out to the community. Shout out to the cult, my fellow Comrades. You know, this little spoof on Comrades, but you know they like to say the terms Comrades. I particularly don't. I mean, I'm not that cheesy, but still, shout out to them. You know, amazing bunch of people, and you couldn't find better people who, really truly wants to encompass more people, so we can try to fight back against these communist pricks. Is what they are. They want to engulf the world into their ideology, and even though they're probably going to win, at least in the United States, I'm here to like, no, I don't fucking bend the knee. They can go fuck themselves. Okay? It's like, you all better bring enough people. You have to bring everyone. 'Cause I just don't quit. I don't. I won't. I won't give in. It's like, you are not gonna, you know, dictate how myself or my family, my friends, how we live our lives. Okay? I like owning property. I like owning my backyard. I like owning my house. Granted, this is my mother's house, but I paid a mortgage, so you know what? If I say, I can partly say, yeah, I own it and all that. You know, I like owning my vehicle. I like owning my firearms. Okay, I like raising my daughters. Parental rights. Yeah, the communists think parental rights is a form of capitalism. Okay, I don't own my kids and all that. Okay, that's what they think parental rights is private ownership of the children, of your children, I should say. I was like, no, they're my responsibility. You know, I brought them into this world along with their mother. I raise them. You know, try to make sure they got good heads on their shoulders. You know, be a net positive in the world. You know, and eventually, they get to be 18. It's like, okay, go live your life how you see fit. You know, I hope my daughters will meet very, very nice men and one day have their own children and I can be a grandfather. Who knows? Maybe my daughters end up being lesbians or something. I don't know. I'll love them regardless. I just want them to be safe. I just want them to, have what I didn't have. Have actual freedom to live their lives as they see fit. Not get fucking taxed to fucking death, you know, and not have a chance to, be homeowners, be, just different, okay? And I don't know how else I can say it like that, I would just dump that as, oh, yeah, oops. Ooh, Dragon. Oh, now I fucking get it. Good fucking lord, this is where you got the Dragonfall water from. I paid a lot of money to get the Dragonfall water. I didn't realize I got one. Wonder who I got it off of. Oh, 102 for the win, boys and girls. For the win. Alright, like I said, I'm going to go about another 15 minutes, because I want to get ready for my friends for social on Saturday. And, oh, yeah, like I said, all the, well, start the next one. Just keep it going. Yeah, I fucking blew by right that anniversary already, which is nice. So I know the new season's going to be starting here soonish. Actually, technically, this season should have already started. It's probably waiting for me to use up this ring, and so. Let's do it. But yeah, I just about done with here. So at the very least, when I hit level 85, I will definitely bail on out. And that's going to be soon. Depends on how the experience is, because then if I hit 85, I can go get the relic weapon, and I can upgrade that to 85 for monk. And what will my monk be doing some damage? Look at that, I'm still getting over 2,000. Nice. I really gotta give it to Shanto 2. She's just a fucking wow. She just goes off. Hold on a sec. And she fucking does a lot of damage. That's why, like, I know later I will be going to my second character, and I will be working on getting because she's only available through this season. This season's gonna end in, like, I think by the end of August. So by the end of August, I have to have enough points to get her, so that my so my second character has her, because that's how valuable she is. She can put out so much damage. You know, it's just where I can, like, have a lot of fucking fun. 14, 15. Okay, yeah, the points are starting to go down, but it's getting there. I really like to hit 85. Hopefully within the next 12 minutes, or by the time I'm done with this stream. Hopefully I can. I don't know if I will. Come over here, you bitch. Thank you. You know, ironically, like my no, don't worry about that. Just go on to the next one. You know, I'm doing actually some pretty good damage with this set of weapons I have right now, even though it's like, what, level 68 these tiger fangs. Yeah, tiger fangs, and they're used by pups, so I need to hang on to these. Yeah, again, that's some pretty good damage. Look at that, 1,600 points. Like I said, for level, what, 68 weapons? Oh, okay, I got the lizard behind me. Look at that, chain 111 for the boys and girls. Don't want to leave out the ladies, you know. Gotta give shout outs to the ladies. You know, they make us guys better in their way. You know, gotta love it. Women, they're love them to death, but they also can be the death of us, literally. Good times, good times. 23,000, 24,000. I might hit it. I don't know. There you go. There we go. I will say, though, with I guess the thing is, I mean, it sucks. I really wish I could have gotten Zanshin, because that really would have helped with a lot of things. But at least I got meditate out of it, so it's not a complete waste. You know, and with Samurai, I do get a slight. Overall, I think having Warrior would be better, because I get, like, the double attack, so you get a little bit, couple extra attacks in there. So I will stick with having Warrior. It'll allow me to get more attacks in. I think overall is the better. I'll take the double attacks over meditate. I think in the long run, the double attacks proc more. Do 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 do. Yeah, I'm really impressed with how this is going. Dun 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 dun. Hit him, bitch. I do like boost does 15 seconds. I was like, that's beautiful. Wonder if I can get that down even sooner. I don't know. I don't know if it'd be worth it at that point, because you're almost forgetting about it half the time. Like 15, I don't know. So maybe 15 seconds is fine. But I'll see how that goes. I mean, quite honestly, the time I'm getting to the next fight, you know, time boost comes around, I'm already into the next fight, so it's just... Boost, boost, boost. 119, awesome, awesome. Come on, let's go, let's go. Oh, look at that. Boom. Just ripping through it. Rip it, baby. Rip it. Let's see. Come on, let's do this. 121. Nice. See, I forgot about boost there a couple times, so that's fine. I don't think I can shorten boost anymore. I mean, I guess in a prolonged fight, yeah, I would like boost it. Be shortened as much as possible. So I'd be like, boost, hit, boost, hit, boost, hit. Wouldn't that be great if I could boost like every 5 seconds? Be like, nice. But I think for just like leveling, it's like, 15 seconds is fine. Maybe get it down to like 10 seconds. That'd be, should be pretty good. And the good thing is by doing Monk, I mean, oh, my Puppet Master is going to be so set up. But I don't know what, let's see, prowess boost, increased combat magic skill rate. Ooh, nice. I don't know. I do know at level 75, I'm going to have to use, like, Puppet Master doesn't get relic weapons, from my understanding. At least from when I looked in the menu on this server. So I do know they can get, I got the ticket things I can trade in for, like a weapon for them. So I might end up doing it that way. So Puppet Master can get a decent weapon at 75. It's going to be better than the Tiger Fangs, that's for sure. But then take that weapon to, because it's the Imperial weapons, but from my understanding, it is fucking ridiculous to do that. And I don't know if it's even worth it. Okay, I think I just hit level 85. Yeah, level 85. Look at that. Okay. Experience chain 126. That is a new fucking... you know what? I gotta take a picture of that. I'm not gonna screenshot the screen. I'm just gonna grab out my phone so it's easier. And so... Oh, oh. Yeah. Look at that. Love it. Oh shit. My phone has gone crazy. All of a sudden I got a whole bunch of messages. You know, and my lady friend, she's been waiting for me to message her back, you know. So let's go ahead. I try to remember what I need for. I know I need seals. I need to get the weapon, relic weapon itself. So hey, since we're right here, we'll take a real quick look. So hit level basically is you can do this at 70, I believe. But at 75, upgradable to level 80, 85, 90 through exchange at Mach. Yep. So show this real quick. So this is what we're gonna get. We're gonna get Spira. You gotta like it. It's great. Let's see. So at least they didn't do the expansions for relics. So you can get like Warrior, Monk, Red Mage, Thief, Bard, Warrior, Paladin, Dark Knight, Beastmaster, Dark Knight, Dragoon, Nin, Sam. They did some of those expansions, but I think it's Black Mage, Summoner, Ranger. Oh, really? Ranger Sam, Bard, Red Mage, Paladin. So, like, the expansion packs Ergon and Beyond don't have the relic weapons. You can't just easily get them. But then you go into oops. Mug Save 2? No, it's not Mug Save 2's. You go in here to these using these. That's not issue, but 2 for level 85 weapons. See, then you go ahead and you use these. And then that's that's what I'm going to end up using to get the Puppet Master. It's level 75. Well, then, we go into... Hold on a sec. Actually, let me open up... I have to do this real quick. I just want to show you at least the first upgrade. Perks enemy augment, cross-chain modified. Exchange NPC relic weapons. Okay, there we go. And so to do the first... To get the level 75 relic, you have to require rank 6 and level 70. That's 70 plus. That's for this server. I need to trade 50 Alexandrite. That's what I need. Okay, so I know I got Alexandrite on me. And because I got the little lint purse there. These. Oh, no. It won't let me because I'm full. I don't care about... Okay. Okay, we'll go to these real quick. I need to stand up soon. I've been sitting on my ass for the last nearly 3.5 hours. And I'm glad I got a good fucking amount of streaming done today. Kind of did some like boo-hoos, type stuff. But oh well. Let's see. We got 39. I know I can, well, I think I maxed out my log points, so I'll just go and, or I'll be pretty close to max out. Let's see. Yep, no, I am maxed out. So let's just do get here, Alright, so here we go. Here we go. So I want to show you guys the first thing. And you got to so you got to trade 50 Alexandrite. Obviously, I'm over that now. I got something like my storage, but I rather just do it this way. And for the first one is trade 50, trade the weapon plus the 50 Alexandrite plus gil, and the gil is basically is according to the weapon number. So in this case, I would have to trade 50,000 and 2, so that's 50002 to it. So it recognizes is upgrading the Sparai. So if I was doing Excalibur, it would just be 50,000. If I'm doing Aegis, it's 50,001, 50001, and so on and so on. Okay, so I'm going to show you the first. And you trade it to the exchange NPC, which is going to be this guy over here. As soon as he pops. This guy right here. So we go here, we go to trade. Where's Hesperia? I did get it, right? I could have... hold on a sec. You cannot possess more. Oh, I must have a copy of it in my goddamn storage, and I didn't realize it. Oops. Well, I'm stupid. Here you only find people like, oh look, he's gonna show us, and now I gotta go back and waste more time, cause it's 5:30. Now I gotta go look to my storage. Batas. Oh, those are pulp. Oh man, I could have been using those whole fucking time. Actually, I go level it later. I will. Oh, I could have been using the vampiric claws. Man, all this stuff, and I didn't fucking use some. Okay, it's not in there, and oh, man. Okay, it's not there. Sparai. There we go. Dun, dun, dun. Fucking I entered retard mode. Let's see. Stream for over 3.5 hours. That is a new high for me. See, when you're having fun, time just flies by. And I do gotta put my daughter's bunk beds together. Do that. We'll do Alexandrite. And then we gotta do 50,000. And I said 2, right? Yeah, 50,002. And look at that. We now have Sparai. Oh my god, the damage the damage increases could be so fucking. What's the rest to get up to level 85? I need 50 Kindred Seals plus Gil and plus the weapon itself. So do I got the Kindred Seals on me? Right? It said Kindred Seals. Yeah, Kindred Seals. So I only got 35 on me, but you know what? I know I got a stack. I should have grabbed those too. And to get to level 90, and that comes with the Afterglow, is you need 50 high Kindred Crest. Let's see. Yep, here we go. Dun, 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 dun. See, I like this. I mean, a lot of people have gone through this and went through the retail version way, which is the original way how to do it. It's ridiculously long. It's hard. This is a very much a relaxed version. I enjoy it. There's still certain parts where they're like, nah, you guys are gonna have to really work your ass off to get to certain things, and I like it. But some of these more basic things I think are much better. It's just because we want to be relaxed. So shout out to the creators, the guys who maintain this, and that's 50 Kindred Seals. And 50,002. Dun, dun, dun. And now we have the spur. Look at the damage versus what I was doing before. I I went from this to this. Oh my god! Look at a little bit less delay. Double the damage, like 22 points more. Wow, going from 18 to 40. I get attack plus 30, enhanced counter effect 3, and final heaven. Good lord. That's gonna hurt. That's gonna fucking hurt. Anyways, that's it for today. Now, I will be back tomorrow. We will be doing more Final Fantasy Line. From what I see, nobody doesn't really care about the Resident Evil content. It is what it is. I did make a lot of stuff around the Final Fantasy universe. Maybe I might do Final Fantasy X. I don't know. Actually, I really should do Final Fantasy X. But either way, it will be a Final Fantasy stream tomorrow at some point. I'm going to try to do kind of the mid to late morning, maybe like around 11. Depends on when I get up. Like today, I slept in. I haven't slept in this much in quite some time. Usually I'm up by like 10 o'clock, which for some people, that's, oh, you slept in. No, that's me just getting up when I regularly do. So sleeping until 1 o'clock in the afternoon, that was me sleeping in. So anyways, hey, if you like this content, like, share, subscribe, follow, do all that good stuff. Hey, please go follow if you really want to go against what the communists are doing and you want to learn what they're saying, what they want to do, and you want to figure out how to organize and do what we can to counter this and get the word spread around. Go check out Carlin Borisenko on her YouTube channel, her Substack. She's on Rumble, Twitter. Yeah, go find her and come in and honestly just listen. Don't try to debunk. Don't try to argue anything like that. I mean, just listen. I mean, if you have questions, please feel free to ask questions. But if those questions are kind of entailing that you're trying to debunk or anything like that, it's just not going to work out. I highly suggest is come in and you're like, I don't understand what this means. She did articles and she'll point you to where, hey, here's where I especially tell you what the language is, what the terminology is that they're using, what these words mean. That's what they mean by terminology, etc., etc. So you can understand the language. And once you understand what the communists actually, what the words and how they're using it mean, holy shit, you'll realize you're fucking surrounded by them. They are deeply embedded in the schools. They are deeply embedded in the government. They're deeply embedded in the colleges, which is part of schools. But when I mean the schools, I'm just meaning the K through 12. They want to get deeply embedded into pre-K, and they want to be embedded from the time the child is born until the end of life. That's how much they are trying to be embedded, and they're pretty close to succeeding. They really are. That's why, as my friend would point out, we have to protect the gender binary, which is just simply is the man, woman, female, male, biological sex, and protect the nuclear family. To them, if they feel they take down those two, they win. And they're pretty close to trying it. Because they, like I said, what we saw on yesterday on our channel, on Happy Hour, their stated goal is to take that down. Because they feel they take that down, then they defeat capitalism. And that is their number one goal, is to beat capitalism, which they define as private property ownership. That would include parental rights, owning land, owning house, owning a kitchen. I mean, that would include individualism. They are pure collectivists. So, for all those who may be listening to this, watching this, whichever, I hope you go check her out. Again, shout out to her, Carlin Borden Seiko, and shout out to all of us who are helping her just try and defeat this. It might be in vain, but the more people we can get to listen, especially if we get past the gatekeepers, if we can get past them, we can hopefully turn aside, but it'll take years, maybe even decades. And we're talking about like we have to abolish the school system because that's their primary thing. They want to keep the public school system intact so they can keep forcing kids into it so they can indoctrinate them. They do not like homeschooling. They do not like private schooling. They're like government schooling. That's what they want. So if anybody's saying if anybody's saying that they're against government schooling, they want homeschooling, they are on our side, whether they realize not. If they're like, no, we must protect public schooling, government schooling at all costs, either they're communists or they don't realize that they're helping communists. It is what it is.